In Los Angeles, a fierce gun battle unfolds as police confront four armed robbers holding up a bank in Lincoln Heights. Two robbers inside monitor hostages, while the other two, equipped with automatic rifles and body armor, engage in a heated exchange with the outgunned police. The situation takes a turn when a SWAT unit, led by officers Jim and Brian, descends from a helicopter, infiltrates the bank's roof, and strategically approaches the lobby using specialized surveillance equipment. Simultaneously, SWAT snipers position themselves on a nearby building, and another team advances on the ground. A sniper swiftly eliminates one escaping robber, and the ground unit apprehends the remaining assailant. Inside the bank, facing mounting tension, the SWAT team initiates negotiations through a secure phone, aiming to secure the hostage's release. Despite orders to wait, Officer Brian, driven by initiative, descends into the storeroom, prompting Officer Jim to follow suit. Brian then covertly positions himself in the main lobby to confront the robbers directly. Despite repeated calls from Velasquez, Brian remains unresponsive. As tension escalates, one of the robbers takes a woman hostage, prompting Brian to shoot the assailant through the woman's shoulder, resulting in the robber's death and the woman's injury. Jim intervenes, eliminating the last robber and concluding the violent standoff. Following the incident, Jim tends to the wounded woman, calls for an ambulance, and faces Brian's inquiry about her well-being with dissatisfaction. Back at the precinct, Captain Fuller expresses fury over Jim and Brian's disobedience, especially given the potential legal repercussions for the injured woman. Fuller dismisses them from the SWAT division, but Velasquez persuades Fuller to retain them on the team, albeit in a degraded role, cage duty, handling weapon maintenance. Insulted, Brian confronts Fuller and storms off in anger, while Jim hesitates. Fuller offers Jim a chance to return to the team immediately if he implicates Brian in recklessness. Meanwhile, Brian, feeling betrayed, decides to quit and begins packing his belongings. In a surprising turn, Jim sides with Fuller, accusing Brian of recklessness, leading to a heated argument. Brian, assuming Jim betrayed him, reacts violently before leaving. 6 months later, Jim, despite training in his free time, finds himself relegated to menial tasks in the gun cage at work. One day, Sergeant Hondo visits the precinct, seeking Jim's expertise in fixing his customized M4 rifle. Jim is impressed by the personalized modifications. Later, in a meeting with Velasquez, Hondo discusses the LAPD's negative media coverage, prompting the chief to mandate departmental reforms. Velasquez asks Hondo to lead a new SWAT unit, offering 2 of his officers, TJ and Michael. Hondo accepts and plans to select 3 more candidates, pending Fuller's approval. After repairing Hondo's weapon, Jim returns home to find his relationship strained. His girlfriend, feeling a disconnect since his removal from the SWAT team, decides to move out. Despite her attempt at a farewell kiss, Jim declines. The next day at work, Jim unveils his innovative invention, the key to the city, a large hook and chain designed for breaching walls and ending hostile standoffs. Hondo, impressed, appreciates Jim's idea and notes the improvements to his weapon. Later, during target practice, a bet ensues between Hondo and TJ, with Jim unexpectedly emerging as the victor to everyone's surprise, except Hondo's. In Los Angeles, French mobster Alex narrowly retains his knife at the airport by claiming it's a family gift. Welcomed by his men and given a fake passport, Alex, aware of his uncle's embezzlement, goes to a local restaurant under the guise of a birthday surprise. Following a shared meal, he swiftly kills his uncle with a concealed knife. Driving away, Alex is later pulled over by the police for a broken taillight, leading to his arrest due to an outstanding warrant associated with his uncle's car. Attempting bribery proves futile, and Alex finds himself in a cell. Meanwhile, Hondo enlists Jim as his driver to scout potential recruits. Their first investigation involves Officer Deke, engaged in a foot pursuit with a suspect. Joining the chase, Hondo and Jim assist in apprehending the suspect, initially frustrating Deke, who desired to handle it alone. However, Deke's irritation subsides when Hondo invites him to join the team. Their next candidate makes an unfavorable impression on Hondo due to being a vegetarian, overly polite, and perceived as too rigid for Hondo's unit. Moving on to another candidate, Hondo and Jim investigate Metro Police Officer Chris, who has faced repeated rejections from SWAT due to misconduct grievances filed with Internal Affairs. Learning that Chris is at the local ER after confronting a suspect, they discover she is a woman named Christina, leading Hondo to suspect that gender bias played a role in her exclusion from SWAT. Chris reveals that most charges against her stem from resisting violent male perpetrators who couldn't handle being subdued by a woman. Impressed by her, Hondo offers Chris a spot on his team. Returning to headquarters, Jim questions Hondo about the purpose of the recruitment run. Hondo, after confirming Jim's loyalty to Brian, offers him the final spot on the team. In the subsequent meeting, Fuller, as anticipated, rejects both Chris and Jim. However, Hondo refuses to yield. Fuller proposes a compromise. If the team fails SWAT's preliminary trials, Chris returns to her previous duties, and Hondo and Jim face removal from the force. Despite the challenge, Hondo remains confident in his team's abilities. Training commences, allowing squad members to familiarize themselves with one another. Jim's ex-girlfriend happens to be Michael's sister, creating tension between them due to Michael assuming Jim mistreated her. The conflict escalates to the brink of a fight before the others intervene. Under Hondo's leadership, the team undergoes various tests, including infiltration, armor, weapons, physical conditioning, and long-range shooting. Initially challenging, the team eventually exhibits commendable skills, especially in marksmanship during a sniper session and simulation exercises involving empty buildings for hostage rescue training. The team's final evaluation involves a simulated hostage situation on an airplane overtaken by terrorists. Examining the plane schematics, Jim identifies an unexpected entry point, a small elevator shaft meant for food trays, which only Chris can navigate. The team successfully infiltrates the plane, defuses a trap, and coordinates an efficient takedown of 6 hijackers within 8 minutes, setting a new course record. Despite Fuller's irritation, the team celebrates their success at a cafe owned by Deke's father. Afterward, tensions rise when Jim encounters Brian at his favorite bar, leading to a confrontation. Meanwhile, Alex's attempts to hire a lawyer prove futile, resulting in his eventual transfer away. The following day, the team enjoys their day off, engaging in various activities. TJ goes on a date, Hondo and Velasquez golf, Deke spends time with his kids, Michael stays home with his wife, and Jim attends Chris's daughter's birthday party, entertaining the kids with a water rifle. However, their leisure is interrupted by an emergency call reporting a Polish hostage situation. A man has barricaded himself in his house, firing a shotgun randomly. Despite skepticism about explosive threats, Velasquez opts for caution. Jim volunteers his key to the city invention, enabling the team to quickly neutralize the suspect and end the standoff. Meanwhile, at the sheriff's department, details about Alex's true identity are discovered. Velasquez requests Hondo's unit to intercept and escort the prison bus carrying Alex. Simultaneously, Alex's gang learns of the transfer, prompting 2 men to pose as cops, pull over the bus, and release Alex. Hondo's team intervenes, resulting in a shootout. Despite the criminals firing back, the team swiftly overcomes them, recapturing Alex. Subsequently, it is revealed that Alex is an international fugitive, wanted in over a dozen countries for charges including murder, arms dealing, and trafficking. Facing reporters as he is led to a holding cell, Alex offers a $100 million reward for anyone who can break him out, creating a media frenzy and attracting the attention of every outlaw in Los Angeles. Hondo's team faces frustration as they realize that Alex's offer of a reward for his escape has made their mission more challenging. Attempting a rooftop evacuation by helicopter, they encounter an unseen sniper who shoots down the chopper, leading to a crash and explosion. The team adjusts their plan, opting for a motorcade to distract attention. During this decoy operation, they encounter an unexpected attack from gang members, resulting in casualties among the police officers. As the team proceeds with Alex through a private access area underground, TJ, unexpectedly siding with Alex, betrays the team. Brian reveals himself as the mastermind behind the plot and shoots Michael. Handcuffing Jim to a car, TJ and Brian escape into the subway with Alex. The team regroups, rescuing Jim and treating Michael's injuries. Hondo and Jim pursue the fugitives, while Deke and Chris head to the next station. Despite missing the train, they discover that Brian's group abandoned it midway through the tunnel. As the team enters a storm drain opening, they get cut off from police communication, raising suspicions from Fuller, who begins to suspect the team's involvement in the operation to free Alex. Meanwhile, Brian sets up a booby trap with a claymore mine and smoke grenades, which the team narrowly avoids, triggering with Jim's timely intervention. As Jim disarms the claymore, Brian's group exits the tunnel, securing the door behind them. Hondo's team encounters a locked gate but uses the claymore to open it. With communication restored, Hondo informs Fuller of the situation, requesting extraction. However, Fuller's lack of trust prompts him to abort the mission. Disregarding orders, Hondo's team seizes a passing limo and follows a jet, realizing it's a decoy. Brian and his men hijack the jet on the 6th Street Bridge, leading to a confrontation with SWAT. In the ensuing chaos, a roadblock and gunfire occur. Hondo drives through the roadblock, causing the jet to crash. A gunfight ensues, resulting in Chris getting injured. Deke recaptures Alex, while Brian escapes, injuring Jim. TJ, expressing regret, takes his own life. Jim pursues Brian, leading to a hand-to-hand fight on a train yard. Jim ultimately defeats Brian as the team successfully delivers Alex to authorities. Fuller congratulates the team but notes the job isn't over. Despite their fatigue, they agree to respond to a robbery, highlighting their commitment beyond duty hours. We're eager to hear your insights on the film. Are you anticipating the development of the storyline? Do you have any predictions for how it might end? Please express your thoughts in the comments section below. If you found this summary enjoyable, demonstrate your support by giving it a thumbs up, subscribing for additional content, and sharing it with your friends and family. Don't forget to check out our channel for more movie summaries tailored to your preferences, and enable notifications so you stay informed about our upcoming videos. That concludes it for now. Thank you for being with us, and we're excited to have you in our next installment.